Now at 10, a desperate search continues in New Haven after a 13-year-old boy went into the West River this morning and never resurfaced. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden. Police, firefighters, and other first responders spent hours searching the water as the boy's family waited nearby for answers. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson has more on the efforts.
Yeah, that boy entered the river right here on the Boston Post Road overpass at the New Haven-West Haven line. It was a valiant effort to try to save him when he initially went in, but those efforts proved futile as now an expansive search continues. Officials say West Haven police were on scene at the time and saw him go into the river, but didn't see the boy come out. Shortly after, a third family member went in, but was only able to save the relative. New Haven Mayor Justin Elliker says he spoke to the mother of the family.
You can imagine some family members are here, what kind of trauma the family's going through right now, to know that their loved one may not come home. I have to be honest, we're not incredibly optimistic.
Initially, first responders started rescue efforts, but after several hours and an expanded 3-mile search into the Long Island Sound, they switched to recovery. New Haven Fire Chief Daniel Coughlin said the strong river current could have carried the boy further than where he initially entered the water, and that earlier rain could have made the search more difficult.
If you notice, the West River comes through here. There's locks behind you. Those locks attempt to slow the current a bit just by design, and but there's still a strong current from the locks all the way out to Long Island Sound. It's always different when there's children involved, but water rescues are never easy. Water searches are extremely difficult. So this is an arduous task. They're out there, they have their search patterns, they have their area that they're searching, but it is not easy. And these aren't clear Florida waters. You know, these are dark waters.
Mayor Elliker did confirm the boy is a New Haven school student and he is in contact with the principal of his school.
The principal will be contacting the school community about it as well. What I understand is that he was a beloved member of the school community and someone that was active in his school community. He was about to enter 8th grade. So, you know, it's not just the family that's impacted here, but a much broader community.
Now, the boy's family has been camped here all day waiting on updates, but they did not want to speak to us when we asked. In New Haven, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
After days without running water, there's some good news tonight for thousands of people in Waterbury. The city says crews have installed the parts needed to repair a major water main break, and water could start flowing again overnight. But there are still some important steps before people can safely turn on the tap. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot is in Waterbury with the latest on the repairs.
After days of waiting, people impacted by this water main break are finally seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. The city says the repairs are in its final stages, but it's not just about turning the water back on. They say it's also about making sure the water is safe to use. For those impacted by the water main break, they may soon see water a little after midnight. According to the city, the specialized replacement parts have arrived and are being installed. People without water say the past few days have been a nightmare.
It's real bad. You can't do nothing home. Can't take a shower, can't wash the dishes. It's pretty tough.
More than 1,500 cases of water have been distributed, but people say they can't wait for their water to come back on.
I'm going to put the alarm on for 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, so I need to check it.
I'm happy to know the water will be back on.
I was going to say, how does it feel? You're going to get to clean your kitchen, dishes, can shower, and use the bathroom normal, and all of that.
Great. Instead of having to have containers with water for assistance.
The water department advises people in the impacted area to continue boiling water before using it. Additional water samples will be tested Friday and Saturday, and the city will notify neighbors when the boil water advisory has been lifted.
You take it for granted. There are things that we do take for granted in life. And, you know, and this is awakening, you know, and it's trying to prepare you, you know, for things that could come, you know, things that could happen.
Maria and Gary tell me as soon as the water is on, they are showering and washing dishes. In Waterbury, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
Time for a first look at the weather now, and after a stretch of wet weather, the sun finally broke through today, and it looks like conditions are taking a turn for the better. Meteorologist Sam Sampiri is here now. And Sam, the question is, will the nicer weather stick around for the weekend?
Yes, it will. I have some good news for everyone. Yeah, let's enjoy the first weekend of August already as we got through the month of July by tomorrow. And boy, the last few days have been unreal around here, having low pressure as if we were in the fall or winter. Storm system developed Tuesday and wrapped around New England for the last couple days, and we still have some remnants of some light showers, but really it's all dying out here too. Temperatures right now are actually cooling down pretty much in Torrington, down to 64, even 68 Windsor locks, but we're still mild in the urban centers, Hartford, Bridgeport, New Haven. And we have a wind that's really light out of the northwest. Dew points are starting to come down a bit. And so, yeah, it's going to be mostly clear overnight, partly to mostly clear. And then for tomorrow, we'll do a pool forecast. How about a mix of sun and clouds? High temperatures will be averaging into the upper 70s to lower 80s, anywhere from 81 in Torrington to 77 Groton, New London, to 80 in Putnam, 83 Bridgeport, and how about 82 to 84 down the Connecticut River Valley from Bradley to downtown Hartford. Coming up, yes, I'll detail the weekend, and then we'll talk about the first full week of August. We haven't had any heat since July 14th, 90 degrees. Will we get any to start August? I'll have the details coming up in a few minutes. Brent.
All right, Sam, thank you. Well, New Haven police are investigating a deadly shooting on Edgewood Avenue. Officers responded around 9:30 last night, about a half a mile from the Yale Bowl. Investigators say a gunman targeted 33-year-old Josiah Baptiste, who later died at the hospital. This is New Haven's third homicide of the year. Detectives are still searching for the shooter. Well, jurors in the murder trial of Wallingford native Lindsay Clancy heard emotional testimony today from first responders who tried to save her 3 young children in 2023. Paramedics and police described a chaotic scene inside the family's home where only the youngest child initially had a faint pulse. One paramedic also testified that Clancy was treated for a possible opioid overdose while being taken to the hospital. Take a listen.
We noticed that her pupils were constricted and she was unresponsive, so we treated for a potential opioid overdose. We gave 2 milligrams of Narcan, and she seemed to become a little bit more agitated, trying to grab, reaching out with her arms, but no verbal communication. She never fully woke up.
Clancy's defense team says she was suffering from postpartum psychosis, while prosecutors argue she intentionally killed her children and should be held criminally responsible. The jury in Plymouth, Massachusetts was dismissed at noon today and is expected to return tomorrow morning. Jurors will then visit several locations connected to the case, including the Clancy's former home. The judge says the trial is currently ahead of schedule. Well, Connecticut's Department of Correction is ending the use of in-cell restraints at all state prisons. Starting September 1st, handcuffs, shackles, and other restraints will no longer be used while inmates are in their cells, except when there is an immediate safety threat of some kind. The change is part of an agreement with an organization called Disability Rights Connecticut. DOC officials say it builds on recent efforts to expand mental health care and de-escalation training. A drug bust in Wilton is raising new questions about what's still being sold inside some Connecticut stores, including a substance now banned statewide. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza has more on how local shop owners are reacting.
Police say what they found in a Wilton convenience store goes far beyond what's legal, including kratom, a substance now banned in Connecticut since March of this year.
Wilton police say they executed a search warrant at a business on Danbury Road. That's where they discovered more than 1 kilogram of marijuana products, along with scales, cash, and other controlled substances hidden inside. Investigators also say they found kratom, which is now classified as a controlled substance in Connecticut. Police say a 26-year-old worker from New York, Kareem Asaidi, was arrested and now faces multiple charges, including possession with intent to sell.
Since the ban, no, I haven't seen it around. But I used to see it they would have it marketed in gas stations and corner stores and stuff. But yeah, not for a while.
Coleman, who owns a local smoke shop, says he's seen kratom before but never wanted to sell it.
I had a lot of people ask for it, but it was nothing I ever really wanted to get into. I did the research on it and it didn't sound good or like it was gonna last, so.
He says the recent bust sends a clear message, especially as some customers, particularly from out of state, are still asking for it.
Once in a while I'll have somebody ask for it, but I just tell them that it's banned. Usually it's people from out of state that they're looking for it, and they say it's not banned in their state. They're pretty shocked that it's banned here. They say it's pretty normal in their states. I had somebody from Texas ask recently.
With the drug now banned in Connecticut, Coleman says it's not worth the risk for businesses that may still have it on shelves.
They should get it out of all the stores, and if you still have it, I mean, it's only a matter of time, I guess. I wouldn't take the risk.
Wilton police say the investigation was a joint effort with Norwalk Police and the state's Department of Consumer Protection, and they say it's part of a larger push to crack down on illegal sales. We have reached out to Connecticut Consumer Protection and state police about how widespread these cases may be and how they're enforcing the kratom ban statewide. We're expecting an update by Friday. In Hartford, Priscilla Mesa, Fox 61.
A warehouse raid led to a shocking discovery. Dozens of reptiles, including 46 venomous snakes, 2 anacondas, and a water monitor lizard. Incon police say the 49 reptiles were being kept without the proper permits and have since been removed to a licensed facility. 2 New Haven men now face charges in connection with this investigation. And federal investigators have served subpoenas to the city of Hartford in connection with the former treasurer, Carmen Sierra, according to her attorney. It's not clear yet what records are being sought. Sierra retired July 6th during an audit of the city and its pension fund. Police were called 2 days later after she returned to her former workplace without permission. Sierra was also accused of shredding documents, but her attorney denies that claim and says she returned only to handle retirement-related matters. Her attorney says Sierra has done nothing wrong and will cooperate with the federal investigation. Stratford police say a reported attempted child abduction didn't happen. The report claimed a child was nearly abducted on July 29th. After interviews and a review of video evidence, detectives determined the report was not credible. Police also located the van described in the initial report and found it belonged to an uninvolved delivery driver, and investigators say there is no evidence that driver committed any crime.